Hello chat and welcome to another amazing Pukes video. Now I know the reception of the last video was not the best, but today we're talking about a topic that everyone universally kind of maybe cares about still probably. Call of Duty. For many of you watching this, and not for me particularly, but I understand, Call of Duty was a lot of people's childhoods. It's the game that a lot of people grew up playing, but for me personally, it was Skylanders instead, but it's still around. And recently, I'm pretty sure everyone can see that Call of Duty has been kind of dragged through the mud. The most recent games, especially Modern Warfare 3, the remake, have not exactly been up to this sort of standard that Call of Duty has been held to. And the last really good Call of Duty game was probably like Cold War. However, Activision still wants to make Call of Duty games. I don't know why, but they still want to make them. I don't know why, but they still want to make them and try to get money out of them, even though Warzone probably makes money infinitely with like the Nicki Minaj skin. But Activision's latest endeavor into Call of Duty is a new game, Black Ops 6. Black Ops 6 is not a remake of anything, but it's an entirely new game in the Black Ops series. And it's supposed to, you know, save COD. Because recently there's been a lot of talk of stuff like COD killers with this new Ubisoft game called X-Defiant, which apparently people are calling a COD killer, which just isn't true. X-Defiant just looks like a normal generic shooter that will be dead in a few months. And, you know, it's made by Ubisoft, so not exactly a good sign. Black Ops 6 is supposed to be the latest game in the Black Ops franchise, and it's set in the Gulf War. If you don't know what the Gulf War is, I'm not going to give you a history lesson. What the fuck do you think you're here for? Just search up what the Gulf War is, or there's a brief summary right here. I don't care. But the bottom line is the Gulf War is a pretty interesting topic for something like this, especially a COD game. And I will give a little history because I have to explain it. The Gulf War is basically just a bunch of countries attacking the Middle East. I'm not exactly sure what country specifically in the Middle East, but one of the countries in the Middle East. I think it's Iran or Iraq, one of the two. And everyone's saying, this game's gonna be freaking sweet, it's gonna be all like edgy, and it's not gonna be woke, it's gonna be old COD. But I'm pretty sure everyone knows that that's not gonna happen. But the big thing that everyone is kind of hyped for and that Activision is pushing is this new movement system in COD. I think they've called it Omni Movement, where you can sprint and dive in any direction. Game breaking and mind blowing, am I right? Activision announcing Omni Movement, or whatever they're calling it, is pretty much what Apple does every year, where they add a software update to a phone and then make a new phone. Because everyone pretty much knows that when you buy the latest iPhone, you're paying £1,000 for a software update, essentially. But this video isn't about Apple. Okay, that's another rant to have. Now everyone seems to be pretty hyped for this Omni Movement thing, even though it's a basic function that all games should have, especially something like COD, where it's pretty much all movement based, and the movement goes hand in hand with the shooting. But that's not to say that the game doesn't have its issues. A lot of people have this main issue with the game, that apparently it's going to be 300 gigabytes to download. Now I don't know if this is true or not, I don't know how real the leaks are, and apparently on the trailer to pre-order it, it said that it's going to be 300 gigabytes, which is insane, by the way. For reference, a game like Red Dead Redemption 2, which is one of the best games of all time, and it's a huge game, which is only like 120 gigabytes compared to the alleged 300 gigabytes that COD is going to be. Now let's be honest with ourselves. Is Call of Duty Black Ops 6 going to save COD? Probably not. COD is pretty much dead in the ground, and Activision should more focus on making Overwatch 2 an actual good game, instead of keeping on releasing games for $70 that are about 4 hours long for the campaign. It's a real thing that happened, by the way. Call of Duty has had the same thing that's happened to FIFA, where every game is now the same, and the only benefit that can happen with a new game is better graphics, which COD hasn't even done. From Warzone to now, the graphics of COD games have stayed basically the same. And even worse than that, they've gotten lazy in the actual game itself. Back in the old days of COD, Activision and Call of Duty did experimental things. They did things that other games weren't ballsy enough to do. But now, Activision knows that people are going to buy Call of Duty no matter what, so they don't care. They do whatever they want, and they do all. Apparently Modern Warfare 3 only took like a year and a half to make, which is insane for a game that cost $70, by the way. Now, obviously, I think Black Ops 6 is going to be better than like Modern Warfare 3, and it will probably be better than Cold War. But will it be any better than any old Call of Duty game? And will it be any better than Black Ops 5? I'm not sure if Black Ops 5 was good or not. I never played it. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Maybe, probably not. But I guess we have to find out in October, because that's when the game's coming out. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and yeah. Will COD be back? Will COD have a resurgence, like a renaissance kind of, and everyone will love COD again? Maybe, probably not. But it's worth to see what happens. I'm probably not going to buy Black Ops 6. I've never bought a Call of Duty game in my life, but I'm pretty sure the only one I played was the original Modern Warfare 2, which is one of the best. But for the people who actually care about COD, aka the people who should be watching this video, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think from all the trailers and stuff like that, if you think this game will actually be good. And if you don't want to give your opinion out, just subscribe.
When I rise to the top, tell me right now, I'll show you something. When I rise to the top, tell me right now, it's crazy that sound, I'll show you something.
I'ma say this shit, that's it. Niggas want they married, Mr. Cash Flow, so they want some credit. Ah, nigga, you should be embarrassed. You ain't the only nigga that be in Paris. This shit dead, no need for paramedics. You ain't where you were in your head, shit is apparent. You ain't head nigga around here, you ain't the sheriff. You ain't seen shit how it is, get him some carrots. Let me say this shit right here so niggas hear it. Everything involved in life is fucking pathetic. Tyler got the talent, Tyler got the vision. Tyler that nigga, so really you can't compare us. Why you feel with terror whenever you in my presence? Is it cause we look just alike and niggas said it? I will never lose any sleep, I'll never sweat it. And I'll always be ahead of you nigga, don't you forget it.
Your final service. 那手臂够都要放。哦，还有呢，要最近身上。